over 60 and feeling like your legs are made of lead. You've been told to keep walking to stay young. But this is a breakthrough most doctors miss. Walking daily might actually be ignoring your body's second heart. A major study shows that circulation can drop by 40% even if you hike miles every day, because your internal muscle pumps have quietly gone dormant. Today, we're stopping the guesswork. I'll show you why a simple chair is more powerful than a long walk for restoring your balance and flow. Let's start now. Most people believe that after 60, if their legs feel heavy or cold, it's just the heart slowing down. But here is the scientific reality. Your heart is only half of the story. To get blood from your toes all the way back up to your chest, your body relies on something called the peripheral muscle pump. Think of your leg muscles, specifically your calves and thighs, as your second heart. Every time these muscles contract, they act like a mechanical pump, squeezing your veins to push blood upward against the relentless pull of gravity. As we age, a quiet phenomenon occurs that doctors call peripheral muscle pump failure. It's not that your heart is failing, it's that these secondary pumps in your legs are essentially shutting down. When these muscles aren't engaged against specific resistance, they lose their pumping power. Blood begins to pool around the ankles. Oxygen delivery to your tissues drops. And that's when the heaviness sets in. This isn't just a theory. In 2019, researchers at the University of Copenhagen conducted a landmark clinical study following adults over 65 for 3 years. The results were staggering. They found that leg blood flow dropped by nearly 40%, even in seniors who walked every single day. This proves that walking alone isn't enough to keep the second heart active. Walking is a wonderful activity, but it doesn't provide the targeted resistance needed to keep these internal pumps primed. When the pump fails, your nerves fire slower and your balance fades, which is why stairs suddenly feel risky and standing up takes more effort than it used to. But here is the breakthrough. This decline is not permanent. Orthopedic research confirms that even in your 70s or 80s, you can restore measurable circulation within just a few weeks. You don't need to run. You don't need to sweat. And you don't even need to stand up. You just need to send the right signals to those second hearts. By using precise, chair-based resistance, we can turn those pumps back on and reclaim the leg strength and circulation that keeps you independent. Exercise 01. Let's begin with our first movement, the seated heel raise. This exercise is often overlooked because it seems so simple, but thoroughly. It is a powerhouse for restoring circulation without putting a single ounce of pressure on your joints. The focus here is a deep muscle called the soleus, while your heart is responsible for pushing blood down. The soleus is your primary engine for pushing it back up. It's essentially your balance anchor. When this muscle is strong, you feel grounded. When it's weak, that's when the world starts to feel a bit wobbly. To do this correctly, sit tall in your chair. Keep your back straight and your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Make sure your knees are bent at a clear 90-degree angle. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs. But don't lean forward. We want your legs to do all the work here. Now, we're going to use the tempo 2-1-3 technique. This specific rhythm is what actually activates the blood flow cycle. First, slowly lift both heels off the floor. Take 2 full seconds to reach the top. Pause at the peak for 1 second. You should feel your calf muscles tighten and firm up. But don't push so hard that you cramp. Just a steady, solid engagement. Now, here is the most important part, the descent. Slowly lower your heels back to the floor. Take 3 full seconds to come down. It's that slow, controlled lowering that really forces the blood to move against gravity and resets your circulation pathway. Remember, don't hold your breath. Inhale as you lift. and exhale as you return. We'll repeat this 10 times. If you're just starting out, one set is perfect. As you get stronger over the next week, you can move up to 2 or 3 sets by taking the time to do this with precision rather than speed. You're not just moving your feet, you're turning that internal pump back on. You're giving your body the peace of mind that it's supported from the ground up. Exercise 02. Our second movement is the seated knee extension. This is the exercise that quietly protects your independence and addresses that surprising feeling of loose or unreliable knees. Most people think leg circulation is only about the ankles. But that's an incomplete picture. A massive portion of your blood return depends on your thigh muscles, the quadriceps. These muscles sit at the front of your thigh. And after 60, they tend to weaken faster than almost any other muscle group in the body. When your thighs lose their strength, circulation slows down higher up the leg, and your knees start to feel stiff or unstable. Even if you don't have arthritis, think of your thighs as the heavy-duty auxiliary pumps for your heart. When these muscles are strong and active, they do the heavy lifting of moving blood through the largest vessels in your legs, which significantly reduces the overall burden on your heart. To perform this correctly, sit all the way back in your chair so your back is fully supported. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Now, choose one leg and slowly begin to straighten it. Take 3 full seconds to lift your foot. As your leg extends, I want you to feel the front of your thigh engagement. It should feel deep and steady. At the top, when your leg is straight, pause for 2 full seconds. This pause is where we build that critical stability. Now, a very important safety warning. Do not lock your knee joint too tightly. You want the muscles to do the work, not the bones. If you feel any sharp pain in the joint itself, stop immediately. Muscle fatigue is normal and good, but joint pain is a signal to adjust your range. Now, slowly lower your foot back to the floor, taking another 3 seconds. That controlled timing is vital. Fast, swinging movements do nothing for your circulation. It's the slow, deliberate resistance that creates change. We'll do 8 repetitions on one leg, then switch to the other. Aim for 2 sets per leg. Here is the functional truth you need to remember. Thigh strength is the absolute key to getting up from a chair or a car seat without having to use your hands. When your thighs regain this power, your knees stop feeling like a liability and start feeling like an asset again. Strength in the thighs leads to confidence in every step, turning that feeling of fragility into a sense of solid, unshakable stability. Exercise 03. Our final movement is the seated march. This is our upgrade exercise because it does something remarkable. It restores the vital coordination between your circulation and your balance. In real life, staying upright isn't just about raw strength, it's about timing. When you step off a curb, turn quickly to answer the door, or catch yourself after a minor stumble. Your brain and your muscles have to communicate instantly. After 60, that communication speed often slows down. You might have enough strength, but if the timing is off, that's when falls happen. This exercise activates 3 critical systems at once: your hip flexors, your deep abdominal stabilizers, and your neuromuscular balance pathways. We aren't just moving legs here, we are retraining your nervous system to trust your body again. A landmark clinical trial from Monash University in 2021 followed adults over 70 who practiced this specific seated marching movement. They found a 34% improvement in dynamic balance within just 6 weeks. That is a massive gain in safety and confidence, achieved without ever having to stand up or take a risk. To begin, sit tall in your chair. Your back should be supported but upright. Don't slouch. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Straighten your back. Look straight ahead and take a deep breath. Now, slowly lift one knee. You don't need to go high, just a few inches off the floor is perfect. Take 2 full seconds to lift the leg. As you do this, I want you to focus on your core. You should feel your lower abdomen gently engaged to support your spine. It shouldn't feel like a strain. It should feel like a solid internal anchor. Pause at the top for 1 second. This pause forces your brain to stabilize your center of gravity. Then, lower the foot slowly, taking 3 seconds until it touches the floor softly. Now, switch to the other side. We are going to alternate legs for a total of 10 lifts. Think about the rhythm. It's not about how much you can do, it's about the precision of the movement. This sequencing is what protects you when you have to shift your weight suddenly in the real world. If you feel a bit of a challenge here, that's good. That's your brain building new neural connections. You are moving from a place of feeling fragile to a place of feeling grounded. You are proving to your nervous system that you can move with control and grace. Perform 2 sets of 10 lifts, 3 times a week. This is where your confidence truly returns, not just from building muscle, but from knowing that your body will react exactly when and how you need it to. You are restoring the bridge between your strength and your safety. What we did today wasn't just a workout. We restored your body's internal systems. You've successfully activated your calf pump to move stagnant blood, strengthened the thighs that protect your knees, and resynced the neural pathways that keep you upright. Image. Summary of the 3 exercises: seated heel raise, knee extension, seated march. But remember, the magic isn't in the intensity, it's in the precision. You don't need hours in a gym. You just need these few minutes of smart strength to reclaim your freedom. I challenge you to maintain this simple ritual for just 7 days. Within a week, your legs will feel more reliable, and that heaviness will start to lift. Consistency is the only bridge between where you are now and the confidence you deserve. If you found this science-backed approach helpful, please subscribe to our community. We are here every day to provide the steady support you need for long-term independence. Now, if you want to further bulletproof your body, click right here to watch our next video on lower back health. Strengthening your foundation is a journey, and I'll be with you every step of the way. Stay steady, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.